Hello, this is Soundout here, back in another D-Arts review. Today we have D-Arts Metabee, aka Metabee. I am really looking forward to this figure because I am a huge Metabots fan. It is my absolute favorite anime ever. Yeah. So anyways, here is Metabee. He is tiny. How do I put this? Let me go grab a figure art. Okay, here is Figuarts O's. Yeah, this is a small box. I don't know how big the figure is. He's shorter than a Figuart. But he's got all kinds of die-cast metal in him. As you can see on the side, you got a picture of Metabee. You got the window is in the shape of a metal, not the O's kind. It says Metal B underneath the kanji for Metabee. 2011 Rock Company, Imagineer Country. Bandai 2011 made in China. Bandai, I've got the Metabots logo up there. And Metarot, there. D-Arts Metabee. On this side you got him shooting, which is really cool. But and then you got a top view, which you can see me more than the actual figure, but he's got all the stuff there. I really don't know where all his accessories are. I guess they're just, yeah, they're sitting in the tray behind him. That's kind of neat. I really like this box. It's tiny, so I can keep it. Face parts, it's all holographic. There's Metabee. There he is with his action parts. And the metallic parts, which is the die-cast metal parts. He's got die-cast metal in him. Plus, the metal can be ejected from his back. Surprisingly, no, you can revive impressive, whatever that crap English is that they had. But anyways, really cool packaging, and I'm sure the other Metabots will come in similar ones. But anyway, let's get on to Metabee. Alright, so here we have Metabee, and there's no eyes. He has no eyes. Oh, there's no metal inside. No wonder. Okay. Let's get this metal inside. Here is the very tiny metal you get. Now, if you know anything about Metabots, you know that there's the tin pet, which is the skeleton, the meta parts, which are like muscles, and the metal, which is like their heart/soul. Getting this thing in here is really tough, but if you notice, the metal chamber is perfectly sized. I mean, yeah, and then you can fit it. There you go. It's in there and closed. The metal is really cool, but I really wish it had some molded detail to it. But then again, it's really tiny, so I can't expect it. Speaking of tiny, hold on, something's happening. Hey, look at that! Metabee's awake. He finally has eyes now. Anyways, so as you can see, Metabee, well, you can't tell right now, but he's kind of small. How small, you say? Well, here's a Figuart. Figuarts are about 5 inches tall, and look, he doesn't even fit in frame. Kamen Rider O's. You'd say, what? Why'd you pick Kamen Rider O's? It's not even a figure reviewed. Well, because he uses metals, and he uses metals, so I guess it all works out. But if you can tell, like, the metals in his belt are about the same size as the metal in his back, so that's cool. But Metabots are only supposed to be about 3 feet tall. I mean, they're shorter than the kids in the show. And, yeah, there you go. I mean, so they are appropriately scaled to other Tamashii figure lines. To put it into better perspective, here is a DC Universe Infinite Heroes figure. It was about 3.75 inches tall. These things are crap, don't buy them. That one was free, so don't mind. And here's a Justice League figure, which I know a bunch of people have. So he's shorter than a Justice League figure, but with the antenna he's taller. So there you go, that's random size comparisons with Soundout. But anyways, the figure itself looks really nice overall. A lot of Metabee toys that were produced by Hasbro back in the day when Metabots was still on TV, the plastic was very orange. It was a dark orange, not a light orange. It was about the same orange as like the Ankylo Zord here. As opposed to being this type of orange that's got some more yellow to it. It all evens out, I mean. But yeah, there you go. It's the right colors. Trust me, I've been watching the anime recently because I have it on DVD. Plus, it's available online, multiple places. But anyways, his face is really nicely done. Now, the cool thing about his face is that his eyes are translucent plastic. And you can see there's like other eyes behind it. I'll show that in a minute. He's got the 2 launchers on the top of his head that fire his finisher attack. He's got the double-barreled gun on the left arm, and the single-barreled gun on the right arm. No double, just single. And his feet are really cool looking. And his back's pretty much the same with these here, with the little metal compartment. But anyways, interestingly enough, this guy does have some die-cast metal in him. In the elbow area, the knees, and the ankles, the feet have metal in them as well. Plus the metal in his back is metal. So that is very cool that they have that much metal. Now the coolest part about this is, as you may know if you watch Metabots, Metabots have 5 basic parts: the head, the arms, and the legs. And when you win a submission row battle, the loser submits a meta part to the winner. So I know we're already getting a Rokusho coming up in this line, but as more Metabots come out, you can have more power, as the show's tagline says, in the fact that he has a ball joint here, a ball joint here, and then a ball joint here. So you can separate into the 5 main parts, and if you want, get even crazier, the legs are also on ball joints that come off pretty easily. This is a really cool gimmick. Also, you can see how the skirt stuff moves. But this is very awesome, because, say, like, well, you can recreate the episode where Metabee lost his legs, and he had to get, say, like, Tentaclaw's legs. Well, if they make Tentaclaw, then you can recreate that episode. Or if you want to, you know, build your own Metabot, you can take this. And it's cool that, like, even though it pops apart at the waist, it's still got this piece. But, you know, you got the head, and then the head even comes off of that. But that's for other purposes I'll show in a second. But the arms, you can see the die-cast parts actually do pop out quite easily. One fault to the figure, those don't stay in very well. But they go in there. But yeah, very cool. See, it's not fully in there. Now it's clipped in. But anyways, very cool that you can split the body up into its 5 basic parts. And clipping it back together is a little tough on the waist, but other than that, I mean, they just go back in. And as long as you don't move them too much, they're fine. I mean, if this was an American figure like they were, they wouldn't be ball joints, they'd be straight pegs just like they were. With the little tiny Metabots figures, I have a bunch of them. I might review them if I ever find them. But they had like straight on pegs, and they came apart and swapped parts. But this here is cool. So anyways, you can swap out the face on him, which is why he had no eyes earlier. It wasn't the metal controlling it. But you take off the face, you just gotta pop the head off, pull this piece out, there's the face. Underneath you got the inner face of the Tin Pet. He's got kind of a ooh expression on his face. But, you know, very cool that you can have the Tin Pet's head. This does not disassemble into a regular Tin Pet. You can't just take off all the armor parts. They're worse. Okay, these... Alright, so the cannons do come off the top of his head, too. So, that's something new I just learned. Anyways, yeah, if you want a Tin Pet figure, you gotta track down the Metabots, build your own Metabot kits that came out. But aside from his normal expression eyes, he's also got the blank eyes from when he's deactivated. And he's got his angry eyes. Excuse me. So I'm going to call them the angry eyes, which I think fit him best. It's hard to see once I clip him in here on the video, but it may brighten up in post-production. But anyways, yeah, there you go. So it doesn't have the triple ball joint neck that a normal like figure art figure would have. It just has the single ball joint, but it goes on just fine. Now, articulation-wise, you got the ball joint neck, as I said. You got ball joint shoulders with the little shoulder pads moving out of the way, so you can have the full thing. You have to turn to get this. It does not turn the other way. Wrists are on a ball joint, but come off a little bit easily. The ball joint torso. The skirt plot moves a little bit. The legs are on a ball joint. Double joint knees that are made of metal. The ankle joints, which go back left and right, they're on a ball joint. And can swing out too, and they can do that, so you can have like some crazy like he just tripped pose or whatever. But yeah, he does have a toe joint as well. In addition to all that, you can position these things in the back for more expression, like if he's in full rage, you can have the things like pointing up all the way. Or if he's kind of like sad, then you can just point him down when he's like deactivated or whatever. You do have the option of that. Those run ball joints as well. But anyways, yeah, you might notice I am like moving a lot of parts in this figure. It is really tough to get this guy still. His ball joints like to click into certain positions. That is a slight downside. Other than that, he does have other accessories aside from his faces. He's got 2 fists, which he was posed with automatically. He's got a powerful bullet shot and a normal bullet shot effect piece. And he's got a triple blast effect part that actually does pose. So that's pretty cool. They can just have it like lined up like that, or like that, with that. Just look like he's shooting down or up, whatever. Or you can be Kamen Rider. Anyways, so that's pretty cool that you do get effect parts right away. You don't have to buy them from Tamashii Web. It also helps justify his retail cost. He retails for $42. This guy is very expensive considering how small he is. But considering he is a DR and has the die-cast and all that, it does even out. Especially if you can get it on AmiAmi like I did for $32 or so. Shipping's going to cost you some. But, you know, $32, not too bad. I mean, this guy is pretty awesome, if a little small. But if you're a Metabots fan, you got to get this guy. There's not much else to say. Like, hand swapping is just like normal hand swapping. You can just pop the hands off, switch them on. These pegs, just the effect parts just plug in there. No problem at all, except when you drop them. And, oh crap, it's not coming out. And this one, you have one peg and then one little divot, so you could have it as both his guns on his arms firing. But anyways, I'm going to pose him for one last shot of this review. But anyways, overall, if you like Metabots or you like some cool robots, then I can definitely recommend this figure. This figure, while pricey, considering he's only 4 inches tall, it's okay because he is in scale. He should be only about 3 feet tall. And there went his arm. But anyways, totally recommended to Metabots fans. I would recommend getting it. As of the time of this recording, AmiAmi still has them in stock. If you see this sometime in the future, they may not. But check AmiAmi's web store. Just Google search them. You'll find them. And you can get that there. Anyways, let's put some effect part in here to make it look cool. But anyways, normally I would do a posing montage, but due to new regulations on Writers, Rangers, and Rambles, it's become one of the things I get to do. So, for a posing montage, you can check out the link below, the first link below, which is a link to the posing montage for Metabee. So please let me know what you think about that. It's only going to be on Writers, Rangers, and Rambles. It will not be posted over here. But anyways, so go check that out, and overall, recommended to Metabots fans. Be sure to check out WritersRangersRambles.com, of course. You can just click the home link once you're there on the page for the posing montage. And until next time, saying goodbye.